Guys, Yetur Gross-Matos joining us. Please use the raise hand button if you have questions for Yetur. With that said, if someone wants to open up the first question, let's go to Steve Reed.
Hey, Yetur. I wonder if you could, what you've seen on film from Dalvin Cook, and talk to us about what you think of him as a player.
Obviously he's a phenomenal player, and makes a lot of explosive plays happen. And I think coaches here got a good game plan, and we got to do our jobs each and every play to limit that as much as possible, and win a football game. So,
does he remind you at all of your practicing against McCaffrey? Does he remind you at all of him, watching him on film?
I think Christian is Christian, and he is who he is. I don't really see some like they're the same player or anything like that.
Let's go to Steven Toronto for the next question.
Yetur, it's been a pretty rough season back at Penn State, and I know that some of your old teammates and your old head coach, James Franklin, have really been having a tough go of it. What have you seen from the Nittany Lions, and have you talked with anyone or given anyone any messages of support as they go through what's turned into a rough year?
Coming from Penn State, I know how those guys prepare. I know how those guys work. And obviously they're not having the season they want right now, but I feel like there's still, a lot of opportunity in front of them, and I believe in those guys. But, other than that, that's all, just positive energy for those guys.
Let's go to Darren Gant for the next question.
Yeah, Jeremy said earlier that he doesn't really believe in the rookie wall, feels like he could play 10 more. I know you missed some time with the injury, but physically, as in terms of the course of the season, how do you feel right now?
Physically, I'm good to go. Yeah, I feel, just as amped up and ready as I was in the beginning of the season. And, hoping, looking forward to, closing it off the right way. But, just going one week, one day at a time, and just try and get better.
Did you kind of try to get your mind around the idea of the season being longer? Did you try to change anything to prepare yourself for, knowing you're going from a college season to a longer one?
Not really. I just come in here and I feel like every day is, different opportunity. And I think it's easy, being in an environment like we have here, to just focus on one day at a time. And, you don't, kind of blink and it's like, oh, we're in week 12 now. So.
Let's go to Sharon Thorsland and then Elena Gutsenberg.
Peter, when you look at the Vikings offense, I mean, obviously Dalvin Cook is what everything pretty much runs through. Do you feel like you have to slow him down to slow down this Vikings offense, and how do you go about doing that?
I feel like, the coaches have made a great game plan. And I think we really just need to do what it is that, finish our assignments, and just play Carolina Panther football. I think it's when we do that, it's going to be hard for any team to stop us from what we're looking to do.
Hey, Yetur, I was just wondering, what was it like for you just dealing with the injuries, and now that you're back out there starting, you got a sack last week, just what is the past, getting through those injuries been like for you?
It was a interesting process, just trying to stay, locked in and prepare as if, I was still going to be out there. But I feel good now. I feel great. And, I feel like things are starting to roll. So I'm looking forward to going out there next Sunday and playing another game.
Was there anything that, watching from the sidelines or just watching more tape, you think you learned, or anything different that you picked up during that time?
Yeah, I think it's always, an opportunity to learn when you're watching from the older guys in the team, especially like Brian and Stephen Weatherly was out there, and Zach even, we go to our different packages, just seeing, what's working, what's not, and how they think, and meeting with those guys extra. So I think I made the most out of, what happened.
We have time for one more, so let's go to Mike Slarte before I let Yetur go.
Thanks, Preston. Yetur, you got me?
Yep, I got you.
Okay, cool. Question I have for you, with the course of the first 11 games this season, you were in the lineup some, you missed some time with the injury, but in watching the way this defense has progressed, how big was last Sunday's win for you guys from a defensive perspective? and how could you kind of snowball that, not just this week, but for the remainder of the season?
I think last Sunday we went out there and played really well, but I think the challenge going forward is, how you build off that. So still critiquing everything and trying to get better, and just not being complacent and satisfied.
And along that line, how much confidence did you guys get as a group from last week? Because it seemed like last week all the pieces kind of finally fell into place.
I think it's just, proof that, the process works, and, the harder you go in the process, I think the more benefits you'll get from it.
All right, guys, we got to let them go. Yetur, we appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
All right, media, that's going to do it for player availability today. Thank you guys for joining.